doing it from my phone, so that old shitty laptop. There we go. Live now. I don't know if there'd be anybody really much in here to watch. It's 11:37. I think there's a lag time on this. Anyhow. No. Here's a couple people come in. Yeah, I've been reading people's comments and shit on Facebook about protesting Walmart and Kroger. Well, there is other places you can buy cheap Chinese made shit other than Walmart. And there's other places to shop and buy groceries other than Kroger. I mean, a lot of people's not that mad about them quitting selling ammunition. That's just kind of a little bit, kind of a hint of it. What they're really pissed off about is they don't want people open carrying shit in their stores anymore. Well, guys, there's a lot behind that. More than you may think. I know a lot of people's mad because they think they're taking their ability away to defend themselves, and yes, they are. Yes, they are. But what they're doing, and it's not that they're just signing on with the global agenda or all this other shit, because they could have done this shit a long time ago, guys. They didn't have to wait until the next mass shooting. Guys, what Walmart and Kroger is seeing is the public outrage over these mass shootings. All right? I want you to understand that. They see the public outrage over these mass shootings. That's the reason they're making the decisions that they're making. It's not that they're just signing on with the globalist agenda and all this other shit. No. No, it's not. Is they seeing the public outrage over these mass shootings. Good morning. Hello, Pat. How are you? Now, guys, Walmart knows that they're going to take a hit financially over telling people that they can't carry guns in their stores. Walmart knows that they're going to lose money because they quit carrying certain types of ammo for like handguns or short rifles. They know this. But the way they're looking at it is they stand to gain money by the people that's anti-gun. I'm trying to speak some common sense here, guys. Hello, Ashbury. Hello, Anthony. I'm trying to speak some common sense here. Let me tell you something right now. If you had people coming out in the street, 2A people, protesting, and you had 2A people marching the street saying, free guns up, protesting what's going on with these mass shootings like the left has been saying take guns away, I guarantee you Walmart and Kroger wouldn't have done the shit that they're doing right now. They wouldn't, guys. I mean, really, think about it. If you're Walmart, say you got Second Amendment group. Say you got 20,000 people in your Second Amendment group. Do you think Walmart gives a shit how many people you have on Facebook in a Second Amendment group that don't like them quitting selling ammunition or don't like their non-carry policy that they're adopting? They don't give a shit. The only thing Walmart and Kroger is concerned about is all those people out in that street with those damn Red Moms Demand Action t-shirts on. And this anti-gun campaign that the left is going on. If you're the silent majority, we can't count you. Sorry. You don't get counted when you're the silent majority, because who says you're the majority? Who says you really care much about anything much at all? We don't hear nothing out of you. So you got to understand, Walmart and Kroger is going by what they're seeing out here in the public. And that's what they're making their decisions based on. Now, guys, I made a post a little bit ago. Y'all might have read it, you might not have. It said, for your information, when you give the government the power to say who can and who can't have a firearm, sooner or later you're going to get caught up by their law. Don't that go against the whole meaning it was put in the Constitution, shall not be infringed? Because if you backed all these other gun laws before red flag law, you brought this shit on yourself. You approved the ability of the government to say who can and who can't have a gun in this country. Our founding fathers understood that, guys. That's the reason they put in there, shall not be infringed. They didn't put that in there on the First Amendment. They didn't put that under there in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. No, they put it in there under the 2nd, shall not be infringed. And it meant exactly that. Because if you give the government the power to say who can and who can't have a gun, sooner or later they're going to make everybody a damn criminal to keep them from having a gun. And you fall victim just to that good intention that road to hell was paved with. You know, I've been in these Second Amendment groups for 20 freaking years. 20 years. Guys, hell, more than 20 years. Matter of fact, it'd take it 23 years. Because I've been in a Second Amendment group since I've been 19, 20 years old. NRA and shit like that. Guys, I've sat back and I've watched people champion gun laws and be for all these gun laws because it didn't pertain to them at the time. They wasn't worried about preserving the Second Amendment. They were worried about preserving their Second Amendment. And as long as that law didn't affect their Second Amendment, they were okay with it. But they didn't give a shit about anybody but themselves that they were looking after. And I've seen that go on in this Second Amendment movement for 20 some odd years. It's crazy as hell. Because a lot of these people really don't grip the concept of how law works and how a government can become tyrannical. Because they didn't learn nothing from the founding fathers. They got the D- in history class, guys. Saying it as it is. Anytime you give the government the ability to turn your right into a privilege, you done took your own shit away from yourself, because it's a matter of time before they gather your shit up like they've gathered everybody else's shit up. That's how it goes, guys. It's called progressivism. It's called the snowball effect. When you open that Pandora's box, it's hard to get Pandora back in that son of a bitch. And that's what people has done. And even some of these people that are pro 2A, they're not pro Second Amendment right, they're pro Second Amendment privilege. That they're all for the government taking away certain people's guns as long as they left theirs alone. And they wasn't smart enough to figure out sooner or later they were going to fall under that shit too. Never dawned on them because they never studied history. They didn't really know all that much about the founding fathers. They didn't really know all about that much about what the crown done to the new world. They really just wasn't very good in history. Well, guess what? They're getting a damn history lesson now. Just like I seen Ted Nugent. He come out on Alex Jones' show. He supports the Second Amendment privilege. He don't support the Second Amendment right. All right, Ted, shut the fuck up then. When they come and take your gun, as you approve for them taking other people's guns, you don't deserve to have one either. Congratulations. You're just as tyrannical as the government that you okay the power to have to take people's guns away. Sorry, I ain't kissing your ass. I don't give two fucks for your shit. I never liked your music much anyhow. Now, saying it as it is, guys. You know, like I said, the road to hell was paved with good intentions. A lot of people was for a lot of laws that's been brought forth in this country. They said, well, that would do some good. Let's go ahead and give the government the power. Think about it. I mean, when does it stop? They've done deemed the Second Amendment a privilege because you gave the government the right to say who can and can't have a gun. So they can say who can have the right to, who can or can't have a gun by any damn law they want to pass to change it. We went from felonies, then to certain misdemeanors, then to this and that, you know. Marijuana users. Well, when does it fucking stop, guys? When does the American people say, okay, this shit's went too far? Yeah, we fucked up. We let them have too much power. We let them amend our Second Amendment to turn it into a damn privilege where they could tell us who could and who couldn't have anything anymore. Think about that. You know, these guys, oh, I'm a Second Amendment supporter, but I don't want this bunch having guns, I don't want that bunch having guns. Then you don't need a gun either, motherfucker. Sorry, but who gives you the right to say who can and can't have a gun? Okay, if all these bad people out here shouldn't have a gun, then why do you need one? If they ain't got one, then why do you need one to protect yourself? Oh, that's right, you don't trust the law. Well, then fuck off. You're the one that supported it. You know, I see some real stupid shit out here. Some real stupid ass people. That's the reason we're in the shape we're in right now. The dumb ass people that only thinks about themselves at that time. Guys, 50 years of gun control has never worked. That's the reason we're having this debate right now over red flag laws. Can anybody prove me wrong? I don't think there's one person on God's green earth can tell me gun control stopped gun violence. Because after 50 years of gun control, we still have a violence problem. Did it work? No, because it still exists. Guys, the Wild West, if you, like I said, those people had got D- in history class. Well, let me teach you a little something. You got the OK Corral. You got all the great gunfights. You got all the gunfights that took place in the Wild West. You know, Hollywood glamorized it, made many movies of it, so forth and so on, guys. The Wild West wasn't shit compared to what we have going on today. Everybody had a gun back in the Wild West, and they had the ability to fight back. If you were a bad guy or you were a good guy. One day you're a horse thief, the next day you're a sheriff of a small town. But people didn't have the ability to do bad shit to other people because the government wasn't in the way for people to fight back. You know, even where there wasn't no law, they were law. Means people are going to fight back. They have the ability. So that kind of kept the peace somewhat. You look at Chicago, Illinois, guys. Strictest gun laws in the nation. 30 people shot up there, 7 or 8 killed every freaking weekend. It made the Wild West look like a damn dog and pony show. Matter of fact, those old Indians of the Wild West are jealous of those hood rats up there in Chicago because they had them outnumbered badly as far as kills. But here we go. We got people wanting to pass more gun control to stop this gun violence when we've had 50 years of it and it hadn't curbed jack shit. We got more gun violence now than we ever have in the major urban areas, and now mass shootings. Guys, there's only 2 ways to cure this. Ban guns altogether or give everybody guns. Make it an equal playing field. The liberals are going to say ban guns altogether. If they don't exist, people can't use them to do bad things. Well, hadn't a few countries already tried that shit? I think there's still bad things going on with guns, just as bad as it is here in the United States, if not worse. But what country gave everybody a gun? That's a great experiment. I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't give a fuck if you give Charlie Manson a gun and you turn him loose in my front yard. I'm not worried about Charlie Manson. You know why? I got a gun too. That makes me and Charlie equal. You know, God created man equal. Sam Coate kept them that way. That's right. Everybody was equal that had a Colt revolver. There was nobody better than you. Where'd that philosophy come from? I mean, where did it go out here, guys? It went because people started giving up their independence and their freedom for security. And you know what? They have neither now. Just like the founding fathers said, you give up your freedom for security, you'll have neither. And that's exactly what we have. We ain't got either. We've been giving up our freedom for security. We're losing our freedom, and we ain't got shit for security. Right now, if somebody tried to break in my house, maybe an hour from now, a deputy sheriff would show up. Maybe an hour. That, and that's if he ain't on the other side of the damn county. How can that be security? It ain't. Matter of fact, the Supreme Court said it's not the law enforcement officer's job to protect the citizens. It's the law's job to protect the citizen, and it's the law enforcement officer's job to enforce the law. Well, if the law is supposed to protect the citizens, then that guy out there who's come and do harm for you done disregarded the law. Or is that guy to enforce it? Oh, that's right. He ain't nowheres to be found and probably won't be for quite some time until that law is broken and the damage is already done. Then he will come and investigate and try to enforce that law that was broken. You see how that shit works? So that means you accept being a victim to have the law to protect you. One of those assholes that are going to make you a victim don't give two shits for that law. Does that not seem a little bit insane to you? Who thinks that way? Well, that's the reality of it, guys. I mean, that's the Supreme Court's ruling. It ain't mine. Okay? Supreme Court ruled on that. That it is the law's job to protect the citizen, and it's the law enforcement officer's job to enforce the law. So they're no longer peace officers, guys. They're law enforcement officers. That's when all that shit changed. And I'm not trying to run down law enforcement. They can't protect everybody at all times. It just can't happen. Any of them will tell you that. We can't protect, we can sit outside your house. Maybe once every 10 years, some dickhead may try to kick in your front door and take your TV. You got to protect yourself, Pedro. But here, the laws of the land, the Supreme Court sees it as it's the law's place to protect you. Well, the law don't do no good protecting you. It's just going to punish somebody that gets caught doing something bad to you after the fact. It's not preventive any at all. Just like it didn't prevent that bastard going in down there in El Paso shooting all those people in Walmart. Now, did it? Or it didn't stop that guy from Dayton going in that bar shooting up all them people in that bar either, did it? No. That law didn't protect the citizen one bit. Oh yeah, the asshole that did the shooting are in jail. But they did what they set out to do first. And you know what? Those guys, both those nut jobs took away everything those people had and everything they're ever going to have. Think about that. Those people were law-abiding citizens for the most part. They were following the rules. They're dead now. They're dead now. Because they let a company and law dictate their self-protection. So they let a company and they let the laws of the United States dictate. Basically, you give them the death sentence. Because they were more scared of breaking the law than they were getting killed by a mass shooter. Well, they won't live to tell about it twice. They're not going to get a second chance to redo anything, guys. They're dead. They're gone. They're never going to return. Now, if you would say you could resurrect these people and ask them if they would do things different, I guarantee you every damn one of them would say yes. we should have had a gun. We should have had the means to protect ourselves on ourselves. But what's done's done. And those assholes are sitting back proud of their body count. So I want people to really think about this. Really think about this, because I don't think a lot of people really sit around and they think about this shit much. And when you look at the Second Amendment, you better think about how this shit's going to affect you before you go along with anything. Because the road to hell, guys, was paved with good intentions. And once you ever give government power, they're going to misuse it. Just like they're doing right now. Just like Charleston Heston said right before he died, he said, the biggest mistake I ever made was back in the 1968 Gun Control Act. Going along with the government opening Pandora's box and giving them the ability to dictate who can and who can't have a gun. Because of all this other shit, that's where it came from. We set the precedents. Don't make the same mistake Charleston Heston made. Because the road to hell was paved with good intentions, guys. Don't forget that. That's the reason our founding fathers put in there, shall not be infringed. They understood that. We let them infringe on it. We did. It's our fault. Y'all have a good night, and God bless, and we'll catch y'all later. Ta-ta.